So I watched the Bodies, Bodies, Bodies trailer and I have some thoughts. Some are positive and some are concerns. But nonetheless, should we talk about it? Let's dive right in. Hello, my fellow movie geeks. Carey Craves Cinema here, about to play the mysterious game, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. What are we looking for in this film? I have come up with my magic number I seem to use time after time, which is 3 theories. Should we grab some glow stick necklaces, a white robe, and get this party started? Let's play! So for my first theory, I don't know why, but the movie Cry Wolf popped into my head and made me think that possibly this movie could tread along those lines perhaps? If you have not seen Cry Wolf, it's actually a pretty good movie. It's about a new kid at a private rich kid's boarding school who becomes friends with the wrong people. They decide to play a game to see who is lying and who is telling the truth, but the problem is, they are all liars. I won't give away the ending because it's actually a really good twist of an ending, but hey, if you haven't watched it yet, you have something to watch tonight. Go get yourself some popcorn, some Jiffy Pop, take your phone off the hook so you don't get a phone call from the infamous Ghostface. Anyway, I think maybe this could almost be an April Fool's kind of game where they want you to believe it's real but it's actually not, just to teach someone a lesson. I stand the most firmly by this theory, but hey, you never know. But that's kind of what I was going with, is that they want us to think that it's real, but really it's all kind of staged, all to just teach one of these characters a lesson, because maybe they treated everybody else poorly. And I think there's one character that we might be looking at a little bit the most, but hey, just by observation and speculation. But anyway, this is my first theory. Look at that! You get a great theory that has you thinking and a movie recommendation. You are welcome, my friends. So for theory 2, I was thinking that maybe there is an outsider who is watching these kids have fun, drink it up, party, only to wait for the right moment, which I feel with them playing a game called Bodies, 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 I think they find the perfect time to make their move. What's funny is, I think these kids will suspect each other because they don't trust one another, when in actuality, it is someone they don't even know. I think that would be brilliant. We will be looking at all of these characters, trying to figure out who it is. If they play this movie right, they could make all of them look obvious that they're the killer when it's actually someone we don't even see until the very end. I love those kinds of stories. It keeps you on your toes. Kind of like Black Christmas, how the killer was in the attic, making obscene phone calls, knowing he was in the house the entire time. That made it even more suspenseful to think that someone could be in that house with those kids, undetected, killing off their friends one by one, and not even suspected because they have trust issues with their own inner circle. To me, that would be brilliant. So for my third theory, as I watched the trailer, it made me think the way they kept showing Pete Davidson. I wondered if they'd make it so obvious for him to say he's not the killer that he would actually end up being the killer. I mean, he was so eccentric, and he's known to be eccentric, so why not have him be the Stu-esque character? Why not have him channel some of that Stu energy and be revealed as the killer? Maybe his motive is that his girlfriend has not so good friends and he just wants her for himself. Or maybe he just lost it. Maybe he is just the quiet crazy and finally found his outlet. He might even be the Drew Barrymore for this movie and dies first. But I don't think that will happen. I feel like they just might utilize him as the eccentric character that appears to be too obvious to be the killer, but at the end, he reveals himself as the killer. Bum bum bum. So those are my 3 theories that I feel were intriguing to dive further into. I think for now, I'm going to hang up my glow stick necklace and perhaps just hang out by the pool. I wish. So what are your thoughts about this movie? Are you going to watch it in theaters? Are you going to wait this one out until it streams? Are you just going to wait for a rainy day and watch it when you're bored one day? Or just pass on it altogether? Either way, I am curious to know what your thoughts are about this film. It is A24, and that's what intrigues me the most, to be honest. They have been slaying it this year, so I am definitely going to the theaters to watch this one. No matter what I feel, I will have a good time watching it. I have no high expectations for this one. I just don't. But I'm also not underestimating it. I will watch it with an open mind and glow stick in hand. So before I go off on my occasional rants, I will stop here and say, this is Carey Craves Cinema saying goodbye to my fellow movie geeks. Thank you for raving with me and oh, watching my video too.